it's just more efficient. The timeline's a little quicker, and it allows things to progress maybe faster than if we did have to sit here and meet in person.
Hi, everybody. Today we are talking about bankruptcy, specifically how to go through the process and if you actually have to go meet with an attorney to file or get information. I'm Christine Haas with another episode of Ask the Lawyer. Thanks for being here. Today we're lucky to have David Shuster of Shuster Law outside of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Thank you so much for being with us, David.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and I'm inside the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but also outside it as well in that whole area. My office is in Louisville. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you. Such trying times right now and important information that you're going to bring across. Do you have to be in person to meet with an attorney if you're considering bankruptcy?
No, definitely not. It's really important to me in my practice to be available for clients for in-person meetings, and I think that is an extremely valuable thing, and is something that I like, and I think the clients like. You can get to know somebody obviously much better if they're right in front of you and you're sharing information and oftentimes a little bit of emotion, but however, it is not required, and it is absolutely not necessary, especially when I've got FaceTime, Skype, I don't know, whatever available service you want to use for video conferencing. I can flip it on and be available, and yeah, I mean, we call it remotely retaining clients, and we do it all the time. Once we have the initial consultation and we've answered each other's questions, and the client, well, at that time the potential client decides to become a client, then we just move forward at that time. And obviously there will be an in-person meeting in the future, whether it's at my office or at the hearing.
So if in fact you are doing this by email or by phone initially, what should somebody expect from their lawyer in that process?
Well, just really to move forward with, they get all their questions answered. It's, I find that people like it. Sometimes I started doing it because people requested it. Hey, I can't get in there. I mean, it's difficult enough. I mean, right now, obviously, we're doing this at a time where we're kind of halfway or, quarantined, if you will. But even if you're not, I mean, people are busy. You've got kids, you've got work, you've got responsibilities, and maybe my office is in Louisville, and I do serve the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I will get clients that are sometimes a good hour away, and they drive here. And to me, that means a lot that they've gotten their car and drove an hour, met with me and for an hour or less, and then drove home. But yeah, it's simply not necessary at all. And so what they can expect is essentially anything that they would need in an attorney, and any question that they have be answered, and just a more efficient process for both parties. Thank goodness to technology.
A lot of times businesses will ask for an upfront fee and have some kind of consultation fee to avoid no-shows. And I would imagine that there are attorneys out there that do that. Is that the majority, or do you do that?
For bankruptcy and personal injury, I do not charge a consultation fee, free consultation. So yeah, I mean, good point. Thanks for bringing that up. I mean, there's really just no barrier to picking up the phone and saying, hey, can we, sometimes we will try to schedule a certain phone conference or video conference. Other times we just, move forward right over the phone and go from there. And there is no fee, right? And so, then if we talk about the person's case and they want to move forward with the bankruptcy, obviously a personal injury requires no fees at any point unless we recover. But with the bankruptcy case, we'll discuss a minimum payment down and just set them up. Right away, we'll text or email them a link to fill out a questionnaire. Okay, so that information goes right to us. We have all their identifying information in our system. Then once they decide to become a client, it's just a matter of them, accepting our invitation to the practice management portal. Any kind of I think it's an app on the phone. I mean, it's really easy to just move forward in this way. I mean, essentially, we keep track. We're paperless office, as most offices are, and so it's just the really efficient way to do things, and to get to be able to jump on the phone with an attorney, get all your questions answered, retain that attorney with a $200 down payment towards a bankruptcy, let's say, and be able to immediately have that peace of mind that what am I going to do? The creditors are calling me. I got a lawsuit. It's to be able to handle it that efficiently without having, I mean, if only we could, get our teeth fixed without having to go to the dentist office. Okay.
Yeah, now that would be, if you had the crystal ball, that would be pretty good. Yes. You mentioned a lot of the benefits of doing this by remote. Can you talk about the timeline and the process as it evolves for a client?
Yeah, I mean, essentially, like I said, it just makes it. It seems like it would make things move along a lot quicker. So if you have the vehicle that is up for repossession because you haven't paid in a few months, or you have any kind of urgent matter, then it allows you just to get right in and get an attorney hired a lot quicker. Okay, so it's also easier too if you talk to me by FaceTime or some sort of Skype and or even just on the phone, and then you hang up and then you do some research on your own. You think about it, maybe you sleep on it. Always good if it is some sort of larger decision that could take more consideration to move forward with the bankruptcy. Then a good night's rest is, and then they can just pick the phone back up and talk to me again. So it's not that pressure to like I'm forgetting to ask him some questions because he's right here in front of me type of thing. So it's just more efficient. The timeline's a little quicker, and it allows things to progress maybe faster than if we did have to sit here and meet in person.
Some very important information. Anything else you'd want to add, especially in these trying times?
No, just nothing other than that. The process. Being able to consult with somebody remotely, I mean, it kind of sets the stage for, future handling of the case as far as, hey, I'd now like to talk to my attorney about the halfway point in my case and what's going to happen next. And doing things electronically with the retainer agreement, the paperwork and documents, I mean, it's kind of the way we like to do things anyway. And, if you don't have a computer or you don't have FaceTime, you can still just do it on the phone. We can mail you the documents to sign and mail back. So there's an option for everyone.
All right. David Shuster of Shuster Law Firm in Louisville, just in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
And that's it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. I'm Christine Haas. Thank you for being here. Choose a lawyer that lawyers choose. You can always find us online at askthelawyers.com.